Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Ganganapate Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara. Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sarvamangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadhike. Sharanyatrambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita. Namaste, 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 namo namaha. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityar Mukshya Mamrutat. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 29th of December 2024. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Bhagavan, residing in the heart of every single being. With that bhavana and prarthana, we are continuing to examine the Upanishads, and specifically we are continuing to examine the Mandukya Upanishad. Today I just want to make just some brief comments because we don't have that much time. I want to make some brief comments, about the power of Sankalpa. Sankalpa means decisive moment where the mind transitions from passive desire to active longing. So passive desire to active longing. What is the passive desire? Passive desire where Sachin can say, you may say, yeah, we want to realize God. Yes, we want to try to do something spiritually in our life, things like that. There's some desire, passive. But when Sankalpa awakens, Sankalpa means I want to achieve. That is a desire. There's desire within Sankalpa. That signifies a decisive moment where the mind transitions from passive desire to active longing. It is here that an individual contemplates the possibility of fulfilling an urge and begins to set mental plans in motion. Right? So the urge is inside the mind. I can say that I want to realize God. I want to be a good person. I want to be an ethical person. I want to do seva, whatever. I want to study scriptures, want to serve sages, want to go to the temples and serve there, anything like that. This is all called Sankalpa. And this is called Shuddha Sankalpa. There's two kinds of Sankalpa. That is Shuddha Sankalpa and Divya Sankalpa. At my home temple here, we do both type of Sankalpa. We do the Shuddha Sankalpa and the Divya Sankalpa when people come for Havan and for Pujan. Why is that? Shuddha means what? That good things that you want to see happen in one's life, for family, for the body, for the mind, for our senses, for our 12 dimensions of life, etc. That is called Shuddha Sankalpa. Divya Sankalpa means divine Sankalpa, something that we wish for that is connected with divinity, with higher reality, with higher consciousness. Right? So that is called Divya Sankalpa. But the word Sankalpa means that when we have made a Sankalpa, it is the intent, it is the formation of intent as a psychological and spiritual mechanism. Now, there are worldly examples also. Spiritual examples are there, but there's worldly examples. Someone might say, I'm going to be a great businessman. I want to make, $500,000 a year, something like that. That's a Sankalpa. Or someone might say, no, I want to write a fantastic book on Vedanta or on some medical subject or something like that. Then that is also Sankalpa. One might say, no, I want to build a fantastic family, have 2 kids, 2 dogs, and wonderful husband-wife relationship and good family relationship, want to make the best family life possible. That is also called Sankalpa. Right? So Sankalpa signifies the decisive moment when the mind transitions from passive desire to active longing. See this transition carefully. There is passive desire. Okay, I want some things here and there, to active longing. Now, what is active longing? What does that mean actually? Let's try to understand that a little bit more. Very interesting, very interesting. Active longing uh, it is something where we want to really, really powerfully contemplate the possibility of fulfilling an urge, and a person begins to set mental plans into motion. You see this point? So Sankalpa signifies the decisive moment when the mind transitions from passive desire to active longing. It is at this point where the individual contemplates the possibility of fulfilling an urge. Urge meaning the desires. And this happens in the Ashtanga Brahmacharya also. So I'm working on a book on that now. So the Ashtanga Brahmacharya has 8 words. I'm just mentioning it here. I'm going in a little different direction. Just to mention a couple of things here. That is Smaranam, Kirtanam, Kelihi, Prekshanam, Guhyabhashanam, Sankalpaha, Adhyavasayah, and Kriya Nirvrittihi. Kriya Nirvrittihi. I think that is pronounced correctly. So even in the sexual act, the desire for the Kam Vasana, Sankalpa is the 6th stage in that. Smaranam, Kirtanam, it doesn't mean bhajan kirtan here. It means something else actually. It means talking about and describing again and again about the Kam Vasana. And then the 3rd is Kelihi, playful interaction and flirting. 4th one is Prekshanam, gazing with desire, lustful looking. You see, this is called through Kam Vasana. That is the 4th stage. Guhyabhashanam, secret conversation, intimate, suggestive talk. That is Guhyabhashanam. And then 6th is Sankalpa. This is the one we are talking about. But this power of Sankalpa can go into any direction. So we can say, I want to connect with Paramatma, Akhand Bhakti. That is also Sankalpa. So the energy that is within Sankalpa is only one. There is only one energy. That is Shakti. That is Kriya Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti. So Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Swarupini. That is Lalita Devi. In Lalita Sahasranam, Mahashakti is described as this way: Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Swarupini. Right? So the Sankalpa, the power of Sankalpa that we have, has the capacity, it has the ability within us to direct our life in an absolutely tremendous direction if that is what we are wanting. It is a big if. It is not a small if. If we want that, then it is possible to set the direction. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit more. That this is an introspective juncture. Let me go into this a little bit carefully. Just take a couple of minutes here. Remember, Sankalpa signifies the decisive moment when the mind transitions from passive desire to active longing. It is here that an individual contemplates the possibility of fulfilling an urge and begins to set mental plans into motion. This process embodies the genesis of volitional activity. So the genesis of volitional activity, bridging the gap between unconscious inclinations and conscious decision making. I want to explain that carefully. Let's try. Sachin contemplates that Sachin wants to do bhakti. Okay, no problem. But then what happens? The possibility of fulfilling the urge of bhakti opens up and begins to set mental plans into motion. This process embodies the genesis of volitional activity. My active desire begins to get into a state of genesis. Genesis of volitional. Volitional means free will activity is born, bridging the gap between unconscious inclinations and conscious decision making. Unconscious inclination is there already. The unconscious inclination is already there, that I want to do this, I want to do that. Now it becomes conscious. The creation of intent in the mind reflects a significant shift where latent urges crystallize into purposeful actions, right? So the intent in the mind, the intention, it shifts from latency into the crystallization of purposeful action. So if we are setting our destination towards Bhagavan, that is Sankalpa. If we do not do the Sankalpa, we will not reach that destination. That power we have the power to crystallize the volitional activity, to open up the volitional activity. That is the genesis of the volitional activity. And on that basis, we can progress further, right? So these are some additional ways to think about this, and we'll jump back into the Upanishad starting tomorrow. So namaskar to everybody. I'll just do the closing mantra. We are on time here. Om Kar Charanakatam Va Kayajam Karmajam Va Shravananayana Va Manasam Va Paradam Vihitam Va Sarvam Etashamasva Jai Jai Karunabde Shri Mahadeva Shambho Om Divilingaya Namaha Om Urdhvalingaya Namaha Om Anandalingaya Namaha Om Atmalingaya Namaha Om Paramatmalingaya Namaha Om Dvadash Jyotirlingaya Namo Namaha Om Trambakam Yajame Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarakam Iva Bandhanan Mrittar Mukshiyamam Vritat Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Om Durge, Durge Rakshini, Tha Tha Swaha, Om Shri Durgarpanamastu, Om Hrim Swaha, Om Klim Swaha, Om Shrim Swaha, Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Swaha, Om Durge Durge Rakshini, Tha Tha Swaha, Om Shri Radha Krishna Arpanamastu.